Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechWhat Solutions. I hope that you guys are all having an amazing day. This is Vin in the background. He's actually just working on some things for the crypto group, right? So I'm going to go ahead and quickly cover one of our trades that was a one-day swing trade, and it was one of our callouts for our Sunday Stock Talk. I wanted to follow up with the three main stocks that I called out for the Sunday Stock Talk, which is XNET, HIMX, UGAZ, and what has led to our success with those three trades. I called those three trades out for on Sunday as one of my top swing trades. UGAZ itself, yesterday when it came down to my swing trade, was a little bit over $391 on my TD Ameritrade account. It was a little bit over 250. If you guys follow me on Instagram, the link is down below. I share all the screenshots there, or if you're part of the Learn Plan Profit private group chat, then all the screenshots are provided for you right there. And then HIMX, I swing traded HIMX for one day. I'm going to start sharing my screen with you so you guys can see the play out and the call out there as well. And then when it came down to XNET, I day traded that one yesterday, and that was a very small day trade. It wasn't extremely profitable. I think it was like $80 to $100 or something like that, so it wasn't anything crazy there, but I'm just going to be quickly covering like what has led to our success with the series of stocks. Altogether, yesterday was a $730 day, and when it came down to the position that I took today or yesterday on HIMX and I sold today, I'm going to tell you guys why it is that I sold today and just break it down. I want to give you guys some feedback. All the stocks that I'm going to be covering today, I'm going to cover for the remainder 3 days, right? There's today, Thursday, and Friday. I'm just going to cover a series of stocks that I'm potentially looking at. These are just my opinions, and nowhere are they any suggestions. You should never trade based on other people's opinion. You should never invest in something that you don't understand, and you should always have a plan of risk management. So knowing where you're buying, knowing where you're selling, and knowing where you're going to be cutting your losses. If you don't, then I don't really know what to tell you, but you're not doing your own due diligence, and you most likely won't see consistent and long-term growth. So I want to thank you guys all for I want to thank you guys all for tuning in live. So what's up, Jeremy? What's up, Bobby? What's up, Emily? What's up, Alex? Samuel? What's going on, guys? Charles, thank you guys again for tuning in live.
What's up, boys? Supremacy.
Lido, what's going on, man? And what's going on, Randy? So yes, follow TechWhat Solutions on Instagram. I like that. Wealthy Creations, what's going on? Oh, Michelle, how you doing? Daniel, Peyton. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to cover and follow up with the three stocks that I called out. I took a position on each and every single one of them. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys would have seen my callouts. You guys, if you guys are part of our private group chat for Learn Plan Profit, you guys would have seen my callouts on my entry, exit, and then where I had my stop loss as well. And let's go ahead and quickly just cover them, and I hope that you guys are all having a good start to your Wednesday. So I'm gonna make myself a little bit smaller there. This is my chart here, and let's get started. So the first one was XNET. That was one of my first callouts. That was one of my day trades yesterday, and let's go ahead and take a look at that. So looking at the 180-day analysis, why did I see value in XNET? Well, just like we called out when it broke, so there's this margin of profit. Easiest way for me to put it. It's more of a technical trade. Support here at $12, resistance here at $18. That makes sense, right? So had a sell-off, it peaked out, sell-off, it peaked out. Do you see that margin? It had a sell-off, so we waited for the break above the EMA on the 180-day chart. Once it started scalping back up, I waited for the break above $14, then once it broke above $15, I've day traded XNET, and I've swing traded XNET this week and last week. So now, because of that resistance that it was having, honestly, I did not maximize my profits like yesterday when it hit highs of 16.88. I sold way before that. It had a random push to $17. So congratulations to all those that were able to capitalize on that. But I saw that the resistance was around $17 to $18. So for all those that are part of the Learn Plan Profit group, I told you anything above $16 is where I'm going to begin to cover profits, and that's essentially what I did. So now I have this sell-off, and the sell-off with, it's now bouncing. Do you guys see this? This is something that I wanted to quickly cover. Sorry if I touch the mic. But it had this push, right? And look at the EMA line, the direction that it's pointing. The EMA line is now kind of horizontal. So that's almost showing signs of a potential reversal. One of the things that I also like to focus on is once this EMA line starts to point down, then that's a confirmation that we're going to get somewhat of a sell-off. And that's most likely where you're going to either want to cover profits if you haven't already, or cut losses, because it's most likely going to be heading back down to maybe $14, $13, $12, who knows. Or another thing can happen. It has the sell-off, and now it could, just have a bounce. It just had a sell-off. The thing that I don't like about this one is that it has sell-offs from time to time, but the EMA line is usually still pointing up. Right now, it's almost pointing down or horizontal. So that's why the sell-off was pretty hefty today. and it is at a known resistance level, $17. It was overbought, so that's why I think we played it out well. We covered profits early, and right now I think it's showing signs of a potential reversal, but it still has the potential to bounce, right? There's no question about that. Just wait for the confirmation. My alert is set here, and we'll just have to follow up with it. That's why, it's if it's not at a prime entry point, if it's not a good buy guaranteed, well, nothing's ever guaranteed, but if you're not confident and comfortable trading XNET at the price that it's at right now because of the potential sign of a reversal, then you simply don't have to trade it. But I think we did a great job with that call out. HIMX, I kept it pretty simple with this one. So HIMX, looking at the pattern here, it's an ascending uptrend pattern. And one of the things that I really liked that it had yesterday was this huge sell-off. You guys know me, I love buying the dips, especially on something that's showing signs of a consistent uptrend. Did I buy the dip when it had that drop to $10? No, you know that I always wait for the confirmation for the bounce. I wanted to make sure that it held above $10, and I was going to treat it as a day trade, but then once I saw that it still had more margin for potential profit, that's why I felt comfortable swing trading it. I felt that, hey, based on previous patterns, it has a lot more margin for profit than it does for loss, and it had a sell-off today, but it looks like it's recovering pretty quickly. Looking at it a little bit closer, I would look at it under the 1 day 1 minute chart. This is pretty much what I was able to see yesterday. So when it had the sell-off, it did that double bottom at $10, which was great. And then it started breaking above the intraday EMA on the 5 minute chart. And then once it broke above 110, I called it out in the group. Once it broke above 120, that's when I called it out that, hey, I'm waiting for the break above the purple VWAP. That's something that's very important to me intraday. So purple VWAP, I'm waiting for the break above that. Once it broke above that, it had a little bit of a sell-off. It bounced on the EMA line, and I took my position at 1023. This is a screenshot. I took a pretty small position through my Fidelity account, and this pretty much covers my trade. So overall, I don't know if you're going to be, so it shows my percentage return at 350 shares at an average price of 1023. This is a little bit different. This was on my mobile app for Fidelity, and it shows my profit for the since purchase, right? So 3.28%. So if we do the math correctly, from 1023, I sold at 1050.65. So let's do that calculator. There we go. And then 1050. And it trended up. It ended up hitting highs of 1060 or 1070 almost, which is great. But then I sold right here. So 10.3%. Which realistically isn't huge margins, but I felt comfortable with the swing trade. I saw value, and it was an ascending uptrend pattern. I saw an area of opportunity. It had that huge sell-off. And again, it's all about getting good deals. And when I saw that good deal happen, I had to take a position. I took a pretty small position. I could have gone in a little bit heavier, but one of the things that I really like about HIMX is that this EMA line, it continues to validate that EMA line. It continues to bounce on that EMA line, which is really nice. Do you guys see that? Every time it hits the top VWAP, which is a good sell point, it has a sell-off, and it bounces very nicely, consolidates on this EMA line, and then pushes up away from it. It has a sell-off, again, close to the EMA line, a good potential entry point as it's scalping up, and then it continues that uptrend pattern, which is great. I felt like the reason that I sold anything above 1050 was, again, I looked at yesterday's patterns. Every time that I take a position, I know where I'm buying and I know where I'm selling. Yesterday's resistance was at $10.60. Do you guys see that? So yesterday was at 1060. So I knew that as it was approaching 1060, that was most likely going to be a resistance. I was up, the 3%. Realistically, my position was so small that the, couple maybe like $10, $20, $30 that were left wasn't necessarily worth the time that I would have to wait for the return, and that's why I decided to sell. So I kept it pretty simple, covered my position, and the reason why is because I see much more potential in 2 other stocks, and I'm going to cover that in the next couple of minutes. So just wanted to break that down for you. Let me see if you guys have any questions. All right. So discount for the lesson library. So was there, if you're asking for, so we have a lesson library where I work with people on a daily basis, put out a weekly watch list, and it's a 6-hour video lesson library where I teach you exactly how it is that I invest in the stock market, and I assist you in building that foundation for yourself. So to answer your question, is there a discount? If you guys, all right, what I can do is after this live stream, give me like 10 minutes after this live stream ends, and I will give you a discount for all those that joined us live for, let's do 1 hour after the live stream ends, and you can use coupon code. It's going to be get 50 off. I always turn that one off and turn it back on. It's usually when I go live. So get 50 off. Give me 10 minutes after the live stream ends and you'll get $50 off the Learn Plan Profit Lesson Library. Thank you for asking that. What's going on, Angel? How you doing, man? Oh, Ferris. Ferris is in the live stream. What's going on, man?
I need you, Ferris.
100% free. All right, let's go ahead and get back to it. So the last one that I called out was UGAZ. UGAZ was one of our biggest call outs for last month and the last week, right? So if you guys saw our call out, we were being very patient with the reversal that it had. And it's when it broke above $50, we got the confirmation when it broke above $55. And it covered just like I called out. So there's actually a member, and this is not to gloat, like we never know 100%. I called out that, hey, UGAZ has the potential to hit $80. The reason why is because that was a previous support, which was most likely going to act as a new resistance. You never know 100%. I started covering profits after it started breaking $60. You know, I'm very conservative. But with that being said, there's a guy that said, hey, no, it's going to start showing signs of a reversal at $70. And we pushed to 80. He was like, well, we'll see and find out. So, booyah. But yeah, you never know 100%. I'm totally kidding. I really don't care what people call out, right? And you guys shouldn't care what I call out. You should have a plan when it comes down to trading. That's something that we teach in the lesson library. We want to make sure that you have your own eye for value. And I'm really happy that that guy challenged me because he has his own opinion, and that shows strength, right? And I'm serious. I mean, that he had some confidence behind his pattern, which maybe he had some understanding that I didn't, but it ended up playing out the way that we expected to, which was great. Now the reason, within the last 5 days, so on, what was it, Tuesday at market open, and based on the recovery that it had when it pushed above $80, the total return I had was like 10%. So it played out perfectly just the way that we expected it to. Yesterday was a solid green day for it as well after the sell-off. Now, did you guys see the sell-off that it's having? This is what I wanted to cover. I'm going to cover now the top 2 stocks that I'm trading for the remainder of the week. So do you see this peak that it had? And it had this sell-off. One of 2 things can happen. Just like, what was it? XNET. It's having this sell-off, and now this is on the 180-day chart. So it's showing signs of a potential reversal. I honestly think that this is going to be the reversal that's going to lead it to go even further down than $48. So because of that, let's look at the inverse of it. So that is DGAZ. DGAZ is now showing signs of a potential reversal, and look at all this margin that it has to offer. I can't stress this enough, how important it is to wait for the confirmation of the break on the 180-day EMA. There's so many of us, me included, we took a position on UGAZ when it was here at like, when it dropped below, like, it did a reverse stock split, so it wasn't at this price, but realistically it was around like maybe $70 or like $65, and it dropped like 20%. It dropped an enormous amount, and we had to be so patient and understand the pattern for UGAZ that we had to write it all the way down, and so many people cut losses because we didn't wait for the confirmation. People thought that at this point it was going to reverse, but it never broke. It broke above the EMA, but it didn't get that confirmation and start riding on the EMA line like when it really did get going. I can't stress that enough. Based on my experience, I can't stress that enough on how important it is to wait for the confirmation and the break above the 180-day EMA. The reason that I think DGAZ is showing good signs of a potential reversal, again, no confirmation just yet, I'm going to wait until it breaks $28. And let's set our alerts here. So alert, $28. I will not take a swing trade position, so holding it for a number of days. On DGAZ until it breaks above $28. And even when it breaks above $28, I'll take probably a 40% position, so I'll take about $4,000. And as it continues this uptrend pattern and confirms the EMA line, I'll add another $2,000 as it goes. It has so much margin for profit. If you guys want to know what's the percentage potential that this thing has to offer, let's say from the when it breaks above 28 to $40, it offers 45% return. So with my $10,000 overall initial investment, that could be a $4,500 trade on one trade. How even with $1,000, a $450 return. How huge is that? Patience though. Wait for the confirmation, become comfortable, understand the pattern, and know the risk involved. And that's why I think this is going to be one of my top callouts. Now, because this is one of my top callouts, one of the other things that I wanted to talk about was JDST. JDST is pretty similar. It's another inverse ETF, but this is for gold. And JDST, if you guys did not know this, this is something that we discovered in our private group and we talked about. JDST has a very similar pattern to DGAZ. So when DGAZ goes up, so does JDST, and when JNUG goes down, so does UGAZ. So that's just something to take into consideration. Waiting for the confirmation and the break. I just broke it down how I did. So the RSI is showing oversold. I apologize. MACD indicator is a little iffy on this one. One of the things that I'm waiting for is the break, and you guys can see this above 50 and then $52. 50, I'll take a 40% position. 52, I'll take another $2,000, and then I'll continue to add to my position. The first resistance will be around $60, and then 65, and then overall 70. What's the potential for profit on this one? Let's say we wait. I'm going to do the average of 52.08 to 70. It's about 34%, 34.3% potential for profit. Just something to think about, right? Again, quality over quantity. Yes, quality over quantity. So yeah, just wanted to break that down and give you guys an understanding of how important it is to be consistent, be patient, and wait for those good quality picks. There's one of our members within the Learn Plan Profit groups, or our private group. He did not take a position for 3 weeks. While everyone was writing UGAZ, he never got the confirmation. He never took a position. Now, when UGAZ confirmed and broke above $55, he wrote it from 55 all the way till recently when it started showing signs of a reversal and sold at like 79. That is over 50% growth with his entire account. That's how important it is to be patient. I can't stress how important that is. So for all those that are looking to get into investing in the stock market, for all those that are planning out to really do this as a full-on career, don't trade based on other people's opinion. Do your own due diligence, manage your risk, and always have a plan when investing. I can't stress that enough. If you're not willing to dedicate that time, and if you're not willing to provide that structure for a potential career, then realistically, you have not earned, like this type of like lifestyle where you can make money behind a computer and trade successfully, because you're not willing to dedicate the time that is required to be successful. And it goes hand in hand. It comes easier for other people. For me, it didn't come very easy, right, when I originally started. But now, because we have this kind of like routine and this set system, I'm pretty disciplined now. I'm pretty consistent. I'm pretty boring. But something about me is, when I see something that works for me, I just do it time after time. So I'm so excited that we've been able to gather over 70,000 people within our TechBuild Solutions community. So if you guys aren't a part of it, it's the second or third link in the description. It says free Facebook group. Feel free to join if you want to surround yourself with like-minded individuals and investing in the stock market, the buying and reselling of cars and motorcycles. I just last month made over $23,000 profit buying and reselling my Corvette Z06, McLaren MP412C, Audi R8, and a series of motorcycles. Investing in real estate. I own over 4 properties here in Arizona. Anything that you can do behind a computer, anything entrepreneurial, we're your people. It's a free group. We would love to be a part of your success. But if you're looking to taking trading to the whole next level and would like to work with me and would like me to work with you to build that foundation for value, or to help you find your next flip for, if you love cars and you want to transform the way that you, see value in cars and how you can turn it into a full-fledged business, I partnered up with JR Garage. All the links are down below so you guys can check that out. For Flipping Wheels, that's the buying and reselling lesson library. And then Learn Plan Profit is for those that are interested in investing in the stock market, and join our private group as well. So I called out the top 2 stocks that I'm going to be most likely looking at for the remainder of the week. Once we get that confirmation, I followed up with the top 3 stocks that we called out that played out exactly according to plan. Do you guys see me trading every single day? Well, this week I did, but I guess that's not a good example. One of the things that I want you guys to focus on is quality, though, or quality. It's not about how many positions that you take, but the quality of positions that you guys take. I can't stress that enough. I would ask you guys every single week that you should at least have one top stock that you're looking at and focusing on, just to not be so overwhelmed with all the different noise and options that are out there. Keep it simple, stay consistent, focus on what you understand and what's working well for you, and that's really just it. It doesn't have to make sense to me. It doesn't have to make sense to other people. If it makes sense to you and it's working well for you, then all power to you, right? So, let's see. So Fawn Van Summers, I have been studying and learning for a year, and I'm still kind of struggling. That's why I really want in-person training and learning from someone I trust. Well, so I'm in your group, Ricky. Yeah. So one of the things, so you're just saying in-person training. I don't do any in-person training right now, but one of the things that I'm working on is, because we have transformed kind of the buying and reselling hobby to a business, we're trying to buy a warehouse where we're going to have an office, and I'm going to open it up for all TechButt Solution members and those that are part of the Learn, Plan, Profit lesson library. So you guys can come in and we're gonna have our own trading station. So that's going to be the goal, and we're going to have to get Vin to move out here as well. Real quick, and then I'm going to answer Dylan's question. So thank you again, Vons Van Summerin. I think the lesson library would be a great way for you to get started in building that foundation. And then if you're in Arizona, we'd love to have you join us in the warehouse as well. Real quick, let's see. I saw it. Where was it? Oh, okay, Dylan. Elway, that's actually a really good pick. So am I still sharing my screen? Yeah. This, and you can see it in my watch list real quick. Elway, this is one of the stocks that we quickly covered in our Sunday Stock Talk, or if you're part of our private group. I don't know how you found it, but one of the things that I saw here is the pattern here at $8 and the resistance here at $10. Very simple pattern, cup and handle pattern. We waited for the break above the EMA and it had this sell off. I would wait. Do you see this RSI indicator? And then pointed that out. The RSI indicator is a little bit on the overbought side, and it's pushed and overextended a little bit too much from this EMA line. I would wait a little bit more for a sell-off, anything around like 820 to 830. I would feel much more comfortable with, and I would take a 20 to 40% position originally, and then add more to my size as it confirms this uptrend pattern. Why? Because it still has the potential to pull back down to $8, and you want to make sure that you don't stop loss out because you invested too much and the money that you're experiencing of a loss in is too much, right? So if you don't invest too much, then you don't have to be so uncomfortable, and the potential for profit that it still has to offer is 20%. So there's a lot of margin for profit. Stay consistent, stay disciplined, and I think that's a great call out. Really quick, I wanted to call out this one, OAS, showing signs of an uptrend pattern, support at $8, resistance at 10, but then the first resistance at $9. I already broke this one down before. BITA, solid signs of an uptrend pattern. We called this one out when it was at $30, so huge call out there. Tesla, we called it out at $310, perfect support. Broke above 320, so couldn't have called that one out even more perfect. HIMX, that one started showing signs of a reversal. Let's see. Oh, I talk too fast. Sorry, man. I get too excited. HIMX. So still showing signs of an uptrend pattern long term. So as a swing trade, I was just doing it as a 1 to 2 day swing trade. So I wasn't focusing on it too much as a swing trade because I need this thing to break above $11. That's why I have this line right here before I start swing trading it for a longer period of time. If you guys are part of the Learn, Plan, Profit group, feel free to ask me why. I think I've already explained it to you guys anyways. So QRVO. What the heck? QRVO, support here at $68, resistance here at $80, and very simple pattern, as you guys can see, started showing signs of an uptrend, had this sell-off, and it's during these sell-offs that I see the most value. This is one that I'm gonna be keeping a very close eye on. I think that's Justin, feel free to open it. HOS, MDCA, you guys can see the patterns. These are all very simple patterns that I focus on, sell-offs, waiting for the break above the EMA, selling at the resistance. DRN, keep a close eye on this one. I think it's showing signs of a reversal, and it's around 2250. So just keep a close eye on this one. Elway, we already called that one out. And then COOL, very low volume, waiting for the confirmation and the break above 2450, and then the overall resistance at $28. So be patient on this one. What the heck? I thought I had my alert set here. Sorry about that, guys. And then for all those that are going to be asking, how do I find these stocks? How is it that you can start learning a little bit more about how to find these stocks that are selling off and showing signs of an uptrend? One of the things that I really focus on, and I can't stress this enough, let me close this off right here. If you guys know anything about me, especially within my group, so TechButt Solutions, something that I've taken very close to, because we have such a large following for people that are investing in the stock market, I never tell people where to buy, where to sell, or where to cut their losses. I'm not a financial advisor. I will never, if you message me like, hey, where should I buy? I will not respond, or I'll block you and remove you from the group. I get so upset from people that want to be spoon-fed, that's not what our community is about. I'm here to teach you how it is that I find these stocks, how it is that I scan for these stocks, how it is that I break them down and see value in them, and help you build your own eye for value. That's the whole point of the mentorship. That's the whole point of me working with you in this private group. And that's the whole point that, you know, I'm taking the extra step to dedicating my time that I find very valuable to working with you, so you can develop these like skills, if you want to call them, so you can do this on your own. So if you're gonna be someone that doesn't want to do their own work and thinks that it's gonna be super easy and wants to be given like group alerts or whatever the thing may be, that's not our group. We're not here to tell you, you know, hey, trade this, buy this, this is trending. It's you find them, you take advantage of the opportunities that you see value in, and you manage your risk. We're here to assist you to building that foundation so you can later build off of it, and you don't need us. And that's the biggest thing. We don't do monthly subscriptions for anything of like, you know, group alerts or anything like that. And it's because I think it builds more long-term growth if I really dedicate my time to assist you in building that eye for value. And that's what we do in both our private group and TechBlood Solutions. So all the links are down below if you guys want to stay connected. We are going to end the live stream here. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, feel free to, all the links are down below. So follow me on Instagram. I'm going to upload a funny video. Do you guys know the videos that I film where I speak even quicker than normal? It's like the another day, another dollar thing. And I have one on XNET when I made like $202 in like 30 minutes, but I covered it in like 30 seconds. And then I made like $260 on XNET again, like that was yesterday or 2 days ago. And I'm going to make another video on that. So if you guys like those funny videos, then feel free to follow me. And those will be on my Instagram, or I'll upload them on YouTube, whatever the case may be. So I'm going to do the $50 off for the next 1 hour. So it's 9:56. I'll activate the code at 10 a.m. and by 11 a.m. I will cut the code off. So get 50 off if you want to save $50 off the Learn Plan Profit Lesson Library. If you want access to our private group, daily Q&A chats at Market Open, you can ask me a series of questions. I work with you like with our own small group, and then you have access to the video lesson library where I teach you step-by-step on how to scan for stocks, how to build your eye for value, and then everything that you need to know that has led to my success in investing in the stock market. If you guys want to know where to access the Learn Plan Profit Lesson Library, the link is down below. So it says like Learn Plan Profit Lesson Library, I believe. And again, the coupon code is going to be get50 off. So GET50OFF. So that's going to be active in 3 minutes. So I want to thank you guys again for all your time. What do you mean that I didn't answer how do you scan for stocks? I scan for stocks through TD Ameritrade, the Thinkorswim scanner. It's a free scanner that we all have access to. I just share my scan criteria, and I tell you what each scan criteria means and how you can change it. So yeah, I have a video that covers that, bud. What's up, Joaquin? How you doing? So I hope that you guys all have an amazing day. Continue working hard. Continue following your dreams. Let your passion be what drives you in your success. If you guys have not followed Vin already, he's one of the featured channels on the right-hand side of my YouTube channel. If you want to learn how to do crypto investing, he's going to be your man. And we have two other guys that you can follow, Robinhood Harley and Brad Smith. So B Smith, he invests in OTC stocks. And then if you're just getting started and want to learn more about the Robinhood app, that's going to be Robinhood Harley. So thank you guys again. Continue working. Oh, I already said that. I hope you guys all have an amazing day. Thank you guys again so much for your time. Take it easy, team.